What's up, Otaku fam? We are back. More reactions here for the channel with some more spilled ink. First time painting with...
What's it? Oh, it's gouache.
Okay.
I was reading Graduate, and I was like, what?
Cool. Yeah, Miss
Squash.
Artsy Fancy Pants over here knows exactly what's happening here.
You want to know something? So, for all my artsy people, usually gouache is sold in a tube that is equivalent to this size. Probably this size.
Right, because you have really small fingers.
Yeah, we'll say this size. So, not your fingers. This.
Right.
For context.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is the same length, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, so for context,
she comes
size.
up to my final digit here.
This size.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is like $8.
Okay.
For a tube.
Right.
One tube.
Right. Art's expensive.
Okay. Play the show.
Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Every little bit helps. Check out our Patreon link down below for full uncut reactions to TV shows, animes, and movies, where you can see me upset Ren like that all the time during our check out the Bleach reactions. Oh man, have I been upsetting her with the Bleach reactions?
Hello, welcome to another episode of Spilled Ink with our host
Emily.
Woo!
and daidus, and we have a guest.
That was impressive.
I do it too much.
We do it every week.
I'm Dustin. I go as Inkwell on the internet.
Inkwell, what was it? The full thing's Inkwell Illustrations, right?
That's Instagram. I'm trying to drop it.
Ooh.
Illustrations is my father, so.
Oh,
I do the
alright.
same
I'm just
thing.
Inkwell.
I know you make a lot of videos talking about your experience as like a independent artist and your experience with everything revolving around illustrating for a job, an artist alley, all that good stuff. We're gonna get into that as we draw, but you're visiting Japan right now. Welcome.
Yeah.
What are we doing today, Dustin?
So we're gonna do
Yes, Dustin, what are we doing?
some simple sketches. We're gonna do some simple sketches, and then we're gonna do some gouache, which is
We never done gouache
I've never
before.
done gouache.
to be fair, I'm very rusty with gouache. I'm actually an oil painter technically when I did traditional, but it's I think the closest thing to it that's will dry in this video. I would suggest starting out pretending like it's watercolor, water it down and take it slow, and then once you get more comfortable you can start building it up because it can be very opaque and you can kind of paint over your mistakes.
So what's the difference between watercolor and gouache?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
Well, watercolor is transparent and gouache is kind of the opaque version of watercolor in a lot of ways.
Is
But
it like the in-between, but between like watercolor and like acrylic?
sort of acrylic is different in the way that it's like plastic, so like once it dries it's there. Gouache is water soluble, so you can reactivate it. So just be careful if you put a lot of water over a spot that you like, that it could get a little sketchy.
So
Okay.
let's get down to business here. So
I've
do you
already
wanna...
thought about what I wanted to draw / paint. I decided to go for something kind of simple-ish.
Right.
Because it's my first time. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to do an entire landscape with my first time gouache. I wanted to paint a croissant. Why is that funny?
Croissant.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, well, because I love food art, but I personally never really draw food. And
Strawberries?
I didn't want to be predictable. I did
predictable.
think about that.
I decided to go for a fat frog, an African bullfrog.
Ooh, okay. So I pre-prepped a sketch.
Let's go.
The main one that I think will be better is I did
Whoa.
Misty.
Wait, what the heck?
So it's Misty cosplaying as Bug Catcher. So here's her bug.
Oh, these are so nice.
Like the
See,
little
when you
magic
said
card.
sketches, I had a...
This is a full illustration.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I
Facts.
just did a doodle.
Bro, if we ever meet an artist and they're like, oh, I'll just sketch something real quick, and they drew something like this, I'm smacking somebody. This not
That
a
is fucking
sketch.
impressive.
This
Like, you see the shading, too.
Yeah, this is not a sketch. What the hell? I
See,
just
that's
threw
why you
something together.
Do it before the camera's on, so you can like kind of, just a little
Oh my
sketch.
goodness.
Yeah.
This took like 5 minutes, whatever. I think what I'm gonna do first of all is I'm gonna do like a watercolor wash over it just to get like a base down. I think I'm gonna do a burnt umber or like maybe a burnt sienna. We've got our normal colors here, and then I picked up some extra fancy colors that I wanted. And this is gouache acrylic, which we don't want. This is garbage.
Is there a specific color I should be sketching with, or?
I don't think so. I would just say I would worry if it's like too soft of a graphite, it might lift up. So here's the slight practice.
Ooh, you practice.
So you see this sketchy stuff? That's gouache acrylic. It was very inconsistent. And I was like, this is trash. And then I went over here with the same color with just the straight gouache. Much better. When I was feeling spicy, I pulled like a white Copic over top of it, which you could do with paint, but I thought it would be nicer to get a nice line.
Well, let me tell you about Copic Acrea, our favorite
that
white
what you used?
Acrea.
That's what he used.
Oh, let's go, dude! I
I
love Copic Acrea, dude. I'm obsessed with it.
All right. So, Justin, question.
Okay.
How long have you been doing art for? And I guess, what has your artistic journey been like?
Professionally, probably like 5 years, I would say. But I've always, drawn as a kid, whatever.
It's not cool to say.
I think in 2019, I went full-time with conventions, mostly to pay for college, and then started doing studio work and like concept work for like gaming companies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen your YouTube videos, man. You're very transparent with your the amount of money.
Yeah, to some
Like how much
people's
everything costs?
to some people's dismay.
No, I like it because like no artist ever like shares that really. I feel like
Yeah, there's definitely a stigma. I think in
Yeah.
every industry with that. It's less gatekeeping, you know.
Yeah, they know what to expect if that's something they want to do. I would love to participate in an artist alley one of these days, just because artist alley is one of my favorite things about any convention, and I've always wanted to experience it, like firsthand. What makes a good artist alley?
Oh, like a successful artist in the artist alley, or a good artist alley for attendees.
For attendees. Like, well, what does a well-managed artist alley look like?
You definitely want a juried show, so it's kind of like a gallery show, right? Mm-hmm. Depending on the type of venue. So, like if it's an anime show, you're gonna want good anime artists and stuff like that. So, what we're seeing with like artist alley a lot is things are moving to lottery. So you're actually seeing like not as well curated artist alleys that like. You get people who might be great artists, but don't necessarily match the attendance or what people are expecting. Obviously, like, art is subjective, but at the end of the day, if everybody's looking for their favorite waifu and nobody's an anime artist, like, attendees are going to be disappointed.
I imagine now with the rise of AI art, it's probably gotten a bit harder, I guess, to vet which artists have actual, like,
That's
what is
true.
Yeah.
Like their own art.
So, because I also have an online business, right? And I think online sales for a lot of artists, especially in the States, have dwindled because consumers are like more suspicious on what is AI, and they can't necessarily, like the normal person can't tell the difference. Obviously, us art nerds spot it like right away. But in person shows, I think those sales that would have happened online are actually converting to better sales in person at certain events. And, there are smaller shows or stuff that aren't like watching out for that, and then that's a shame, and those shows probably don't do well. But shows like AX or like bigger ones, like they have to go through that stuff and make sure or do the best they can to keep AI out, or it looks bad on them, and it's they're gonna get a lot of flack from the art community.
Yeah, that's for sure.
How does my croissant look?
Looks good.
That looks pretty good.
Looks very for croissanty.
Yeah.
I'm not used to drawing baked goods.
Baked goods.
But I figured since we are taking you guys to a bakery restaurant after this, and they have really yummy looking croissants,
So yummy.
I thought this would be the perfect subject to whet my appetite.
I feel like you need something here in the foreground, like maybe a little leaf or like berry or something.
Oh.
Strawberry.
Just to throw around the palette.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What
Exactly.
made the worst artist alley the worst artist alley?
Doing conventions, like at the end of the day, is a business. There's always going to be cons that just like don't meet your expectations, which like I don't want to like name a con because they didn't get the attendance I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's definitely shows that have like misrepresented like the attendance or like what they're going to do for artists, and I think that's like a whole category of shows that are happening. There's so many conventions, especially in the States, that are popping up, so I think it's just good to be careful when like if that's something you're interested in, to make sure to do your research and do it from like people who have been to this show. Because I've like looked at shows and they're like, we're gonna have 40,000 people and it's in this hall and it's great and you get an 8-foot table and it's this and that, and then you show up and it's like
It's dead?
It's dead. Like if I think a certain attendance is gonna be at the show, that's how I'm like, okay, well, I know my averages and I know this and that for like certain types of people, and if it's like they're gonna get that attendance, I know what roughly around what I should make. So if I say fly across the country because I think it's worth it and it's, you know, they get a tenth of the attendance, then, you know, I'm not gonna be very happy.
Yeah, it would make you over prepare.
Yeah, make you over prepare, and then like as a business, you might not make costs back, right? Like artist alleys are getting so expensive these days. Average booth cost has gone from like $150 10 years ago to like almost $600 or $700 now.
Oh, they're like $1,000.
Like a
now.
table?
At least in the States. I know that's a non-answer, but I would say there's a lot of shows right now misrepresenting.
Just over promising, inaccurate numbers.
Yeah.
I need to do a background.
Thick.
Boy, how should I approach this?
It looked like Hypnotoad from Futurama.
Like he would say, "Oh God, he's thick."
Daidus draws everything thick.
I would say go for a base, and then once you get like a very light base down, then maybe build up your like shadows, and then like kind of start finding the form of the object. I would say either between like a burnt sienna, which is what I use, or like Naples. I would also go with a base. With this guy, I would say go with like a dull, like yellow, green or something. Again, you could even use like a really washed out Naples.
What the heck is a? You mean maple color when you say maples?
Naples.
Naples yellow.
Oh, Naples.
Yeah.
What does Naple mean?
It's like a place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I haven't guessed on because they tell me what colors to use. And I'm like, yes, yes.
If it
Walk
goes-
me through everything.
If it goes wrong, take this to do tests.
Oh, I was about a raw dog.
Alright, so I'm already thinking about what you said. This looks very poop like, very hard and not wet. So that's good.
I think you need to get your bowels checked out, but yeah, I could see where you're going with that.
How much? The water. How do I?
So you see how like this is kind of like almost non-existent?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, just like it depends how light you want it. So
Oh, like the more water it is, the more lighter it is.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the safer it is because you can build it up just like watercolor.
So I noticed was gouache like water? Like you can make it really watery.
Yeah.
Cause now I'm like, I added too much water.
It does kind of feel like watercolor. I'm sorry, I keep asking you
Wait.
for a step-by-step, like I don't have a mind of my own.
No, that's okay.
What should I...
On the next step. This photo
What do
you
I
got
do
here is
next?
a little interesting. So we have like this very intense like highlights going this way.
Yeah.
So that's going to be what really shows the shape of it, right? So I would say let's start putting in some shadows here with a darker brown, but like keep it watered down and start trying to build that shape up. So we want to keep like the edges getting a little darker so this light starts showing through.
It's like I'm doing like a little photo study. I don't think you know how amateur I am with paints.
Alright, so I have to go from yellow to red to like green. Yeah, I'm going from lighter to darker. Is that what I'm doing?
I actually think you'd be pretty good going with the burnt sienna, which is like this orangey color, and then you can kind of start building up the shadow shapes here and getting like the shapes over here going.
And
kinda
then go
figure-
green.
And then you can go more green with the like the opaqueness of.
Is he confusing you? Because I'm confused. I'm not an artist. He's saying things and it sounds like moon speak.
It's one of the, and not knowing because we only saw like a brief picture of what Daidus is drawing.
Yeah.
Because I automatically I think of Fat Frog, I think green, like, and nothing else. And I know that frog had more to it than what it is. But I'm just like, I'm having trouble seeing that vision with what he's saying.
Right.
I get what he's saying with Emily's. That makes sense because I see her picture and I'm like, okay, yeah, I see that. And I see the color. Like, it makes sense, the color he started out with. I'm like, yeah, we start with that base and kind of start gradually adding on the poopy green, like the slimy
The baby
green.
poop green.
But then when he was talking about, and I guess it makes sense because it's not red, but it is kind of red. But I'm still just like, what are you talking about? I want to see the picture again.
Yeah.
What stresses me out about painting is I feel like a lot of it involves experimenting and playing around with colors, and I don't know how to do that. I'm very much like, I need to be told what to do.
So what's happening here is
What
really
did I do?
No, this is really nice. So I
The
like how you're
immediate
like
panic.
showing these like kind of divots in there. You're starting to like pop up these forms, right? It's a lot of building, right?
Yeah.
Once you get confident, you can like throw on full-on opaque things, right? But I
Yeah.
think this stage is like your safe space, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. It's like watercolor stage.
How do you shade so fast?
So it's one layer and then one more layer for the shading.
Oh,
I just was more aggressive with it.
looks very nice.
Yeah, you went dark. I mean, not dark, but like opaque. I mean, not opaque. I mean, solid.
Find the word. Find the word.
I hear what you're saying. I hear.
I hear you.
I'm picking up what you're picking up. See, now I started with this orange, which is like similar to a skin tone, kind of. And my like normal go-to is to start with like the focal points, like the faces. But now I'm like, oh, it's blending in too much. I gotta do something else.
But like, if you mess up with the color, you can kind of like, can you overwrite?
Yeah, that's the
mess
great
up.
thing about gouache, unlike watercolor, is
Oh,
it
okay.
if you like just put it on without the water, it will cover like anything up. I did see some of your other episodes before coming on here. You know, got to do the research.
Oh yeah.
You guys are crazy fast with your drawings, or at least your editing makes it look like that.
Depends on the video.
Yeah, you should see the raw. Some people, some viewers are just like, can we see the unedited version?
And I'm like, you don't want to
yeah,
see the
we're like,
unedited
you don't
version.
want to. That's so boring.
All right, ink drops. In case you didn't know, a lot of our videos where it's just me and Daidus, we just won't talk for like 20 minutes straight. we'll like turn on a playlist.
Well, especially
and
the
just
sketch.
draw.
The sketch phase is like the. That's the phase where like we just gotta get it done.
Yeah, ink drops. You guys think that we are cutting out like two hours worth of like fun conversation and banter? No, what you see edited, that's like
Silence.
all the talking.
You spend a lot of time like printing shit.
We have printers at my house, and
Oh, thank God, you
Yeah.
got a printer at your house. Okay.
but then also like the Ghibli stuff is like that's all specialty done, so that has to go through like a different company who like will do the
Wow.
the golding
The gold
on
stuff.
it.
Jesus Christ.
Which honestly I prefer that because I don't have to do anything.
Are you still selling those?
I am. It's
Ink
kind
drops,
of
if you want to get your own
Got
Ghibli
him.
gold foil tarot card prints.
it's kind of a running joke at the moment because during the pandemic I
Those look
redid
fucking sick.
every piece of artwork that I offered, and I try to like switch out stuff really regularly, but those are so popular and people know me for them so much that like I can't get them off my table.
Why not? Those are
Yeah,
beautiful.
keep them. It's an oldie
Yeah.
but a goodie.
Just don't look at the line work too close.
I remember, what is it? The first time I bought
You are looking it up.
Prints?
I don't
Yeah.
remember his name, so I'm
It
looking.
came in, and I was like, damn, these look good. I'm like, I want my own set. So then I ordered another set for myself. And then my roommate at the time, she saw the prints, and she's like, oh my God, these are beautiful. Where'd you get these? And I was like, cool, I'm gonna get her a Christmas gift of these same prints. So then in like one holiday, like me and two other friends just had the exact same prints.
Well, I remember it comes in a pretty box too, right?
Yeah, it did.
That box is my biggest headache as like running an online shop because it's like it's supposed to be the shipping box, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we made it too pretty so people get mad if it gets like dinged in the mail.
Oh.
So, like-
put the box in a box.
So I have to put the box in a box. Yeah. So we need some more color in this. What's going on?
Oh, okay. I thought I was still doing shadow
Wait,
stuff.
why are we all doing orange? Yes.
I thought I was doing shadow stuff.
Frog
That
orange.
is
Well, I
sick.
feel like this would look more.
Yeah, only for $20.
I
so
know.
Really,
With this,
really
Yeah,
not much.
and if it's too like bluey, you can also like mix it with a yellow if you feel the need.
Oh, so the
I
full
have a
set of
palette
10
knife.
is
I
only
still have
85.
yellow
Only
here.
85
It's not
for the
even
full
bad for
set is
that.
still not
Never
bad.
uses them.
Good
Oh, okay.
lord.
He's knifing.
Also, I'm not sick, by the way.
That's fucking sick.
I am.
It's
No, I'm
just,
kidding.
you know how like after you have the flu, the cough is always the most stubborn symptom to go. I have a
Wow.
very slight cough. It was a lot worse like 2 days
Look at
ago.
this action.
We're busy knifing. Nobody's listening to you anymore. So that's how you can mix like a lot of things.
Playing daggers?
And then you can also like, you know,
Whoa, wait, what the hell? This is clean.
Why would you do that to your own piece? Now it's like every time we have a guest, they just like don't care about their piece. They're just like just like ruin their little thing.
okay, what color did you want to make? We'll mix it up for you.
Dark. Oh yeah, I guess like dark green, huh? Well, not
The
dark
blue.
green, but
Give
like
me that one.
greener. Yeah, this is a little too teal-ish. I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah. Too much.
Okay, he's doing some color theory here.
Some color theory.
I feel like a baby. You're like just like making a color for me.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
Ooh,
nice. That's
okay,
nice.
okay. He's about to palette it up, eh?
That's definitely a darker green.
Part of that, and then we'll.
Oh yeah. I usually just use. I'm lazy. I usually just use the brush. Is there a difference between like a palette knife and just a brush? You don't want to ruin your brush, huh?
It's just to get more and to be like consistent if you know you need a lot of it. But you can definitely use the brush. It's just I'm not consistent. We'll throw in the complement so it kind of dulls a little bit. So we have a little bit here. Let's see. Can I get enough?
Compliment.
Yeah, because green, red. You get to mix this one. This. and the dark.
Okay. You're okay. Baby's gotta get it.
Be careful of getting those ones in there.
So what am I doing?
You're just gonna lift it up and then go.
Lift this. The whole glob.
Yeah.
And then what? Put it in here.
Yep.
The whole thing.
Yep.
And then mix it.
Is this white gouache?
Yes.
Oh.
You're doing it. You're doing
You
it.
sure I didn't go too powerful here?
I mean, we can put more green in there if we need.
What about the yellow?
You don't want that.
Okay.
And now you're
You don't
ready
want
to
that.
Am I?
go. No excuses anymore.
You don't want that.
I love that. We put yellow in here. You don't want that. It's like I'm gonna let you do it, but also please don't fuck that up.
All the excuses here. All right, here's my statue frog. I'm done, guys. It's time to leave.
Dustin, question. What is your relationship with?
This is starting out crazy.
No, traditional art. I was gonna say, what's your relationship with traditional?
What is your relationship with God?
Piss everybody off.
No.
What?
What do you mean?
So when I first started like my art career or whatever, I was solely an oil painter. That's like all I did. I worked in galleries for a bit.
Damn.
Didn't love it. The gallery scene was not for me. It's a little too. We'll leave it there. It was not for me. It was not for me.
I got a hint.
Yeah. As much as I love like oil paintings, like I want them on my walls and stuff. It just, I wasn't very efficient. I was kind of a nervous painter, so I would sit there for days and be like, oh, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. Like oil paintings are still like my favorite method of like making traditional art. So because I'm not very efficient at it, I kind of switched over to being a digital artist, and because that's kind of like doing concept work and like the gaming career, like
These all look
field and
sick.
stuff
What
kind
the
of requires
fuck?
it.
Yeah.
I kind of haven't looked back too much, so my relationship is non-existent.
So let's go for the tried and true question. Do you like digital art or physical art more?
There's no
Traditional.
wrong answer.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer
prefer
because me
digital.
and Emily are a digital artist, and I think digital is just but traditional, something feels good about it.
I definitely prefer digital art more. I think I'm just better at it. Anytime I'm buying like an original or something, like I don't really buy like prints anymore. I'm always like buying like paintings or stuff. for
You're
the
right.
house.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because it's like this is a one. Like this is the original.
So as a consumer, like it's almost the complete opposite. But as like a
I
creator,
agree. I get that.
digital.
Honestly, I think you vocalized exactly my feelings, and that's not just a cop out answer, so I don't have to like elaborate. Just more like, same.
Gotcha. Cool,
You know, what he said.
Sick.
But I think with traditional, especially with spilled ink, I feel a lot more, I guess, fulfilled if I make a piece traditionally and I actually like it. Because I'm like, whoa, I like it. I like this tangible piece of art that I created. I don't know. For digital, if I like a piece, I'm like, cool. Save that to my folder.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll come back to this at some point.
It's interesting, even me like sketching this, because I normally sketch on the iPad, but I'm like, oh, I gotta perform. I gotta look good.
Yeah.
I made her head like way bigger than I wanted, but like to compensate that, I made her feet much bigger and stuff. And I'm like, if it was digital, I'd just be like transform tool. So like, there's like fun wonky things that like I actually kind of like how it turned out, but like it would have never happened digitally because those weren't the decisions I would have made. But I had to
Yeah.
fly with them.
Happy accident. How's your bread coming along, Emily? Looking bready over there.
What's up? Why you laugh when you looked at it? What the hell? Why you laugh?
You know what this looks like?
What the F? Wait.
You know what this looks like? It looks like
It's just funny. I see all your like happy-go-lucky sprites all the time, and then it's just loaf.
I know. I'm sorry I didn't go for a more ambitious something.
It's doing great. It's a good C+ loaf.
C plus loaf.
But like I was saying, this reminds me of like that old, that color like on the Game Boy or something.
Oh.
You know the old color, like the orange here reminds me of that, like the sprite work.
I think
Yeah.
it's very like a traditional painting method to start with like a brown or orange, because you can get like the glow that comes through, or at least that's how I was taught back in the day.
You know what? I noticed, though? the older I get, the more obsessed I become with ergonomics. I'm like, I want an ergonomic chair. I want an ergonomic footstool.
Yeah, I mean,
My
these aren't
mouse is
doing it very.
ergonomic.
These aren't doing it for me.
I got ergonomic mouse. It's like a sideways vertical mouse.
Oh, one of those like, looks like a car, like a sports car looking thing.
Yeah, kind
They're
of.
like weirdly shaped.
Yeah. Hey, you know, like these health concerns of being on the computer all the time has not been documented properly yet because we're like the guinea pigs of all that stuff.
How much screen time you do? How much screen time you got?
Oh my god, I don't. How do you even measure that?
Well, I work like when I'm doing art. I do almost everything on the iPad now, and that'll tell you your screen time.
That's not a fair question because our careers are online.
That's true.
What color should I do this rock? Like brown?
Tell me about it. I work in IT. I'm literally looking at a screen all day long.
And I work over at the health
I am lucky
and medical.
that I had 20/20 vision. I say had because who knows how long I'll have it for. I am destined to have no eyesight. Staring at screens all damn day long. I know you're blind. It's okay.
Since I was 8.
But yeah, stare at... It's my work setup right there. So
I don't want to hear it. Your eyes are perfect. You're fine. You've been doing this shit and your eyes are better. Like, just...
Yeah, but just wait for the day that you say, hey, baby, what's this say? I'll be like...
I can't wait.
I'll be like, oh, no.
You make fun of me every time, like, I put my glasses down somewhere and after I take my contacts out, I can't find my glasses. So I'm just like...
I don't make fun of you. I just let you know the obvious fact when you're like, I don't have my glasses. Like, you don't need them because you're going to bed. Because you only do that when you're going to bed. What do you need to
but
see for? You're going to sleep.
I need to see at night.
You really don't. You're going to bed.
Darkness.
You're laying down to close your eyes anyway.
Yes, but when I wake my eyes up,
When you wake your eyes up.
when I wake my
me
eyes up, I
when-
need to be able to see. Because the dark is not your friend.
Especially when you have a beady-eyed, soulless dog staring at you when you wake up.
Suckling her monkey arm.
Brown.
Dark brown.
Yeah, brown. Or actually, I would say go more gray.
Could you supply me with a gray, please?
With a gray? Okay, so we've got black, which we'll need.
Oh, you want me to chemically make this
You're going to
gray?
have to
Chemically
Chemically
sir.
make the gray.
Wow.
It's your last one. You better use it wisely.
Oh, thank you for letting us use your supply here.
Bit.
Okay.
And we're going to go whoop. And then we'll...
What the? What is that technique? Whooping
Wow.
them down?
Yeah, it really
You
did
went,
look
like,
immediately
crossing
gray.
down like a video game.
I do what I
Doing
got.
a cheat code.
You know, X, circle, square, square.
Wow, I did it. Look at my grade, guys. I did that.
Oh, good job, honey.
Wow, thank you.
You guys ever use gouache again? Are you sold? Are you hating it?
I'm down.
I kind of like it because it's kind of like it just feels like watercolor to me, but like more control, I think.
Dustin, what's your least favorite art medium that you've worked with?
Probably like pastels or something.
Oh.
Pastels,
Are
why?
those the ones that like get your hands all dusty?
They're like,
They're like charcoal but color, right?
yeah, they're just so.
Charcoal but color. That's a good way to put
It
it.
just gets so muddy so fast. Like you just like, it's a whole different skill.
You can't
think
build
you know
on
art?
it as
No.
much.
Is it hard mode?
It is hard mode for sure. I think. I mean, you never know.
Everybody's got their hard medium.
Honey, your frog looks so good. Look at him.
Yeah,
He's chilling.
He's
You know,
chunky.
Captured like the melting physique of an African frog so well.
I mean, I use reference, so.
Would you eat this croissant?
My reflection show it.
Be honest.
It looked like plastic. It looked like a display food.
I mean, those do look delicious though. I'd give it a bite. I'd see where it goes.
Damn it! Did I add too many? I had too many shinies, huh?
I like them. I think lean into them.
Really?
Yeah,
You-
live
you
with your
can-
mistakes.
Oh, I can. I use gouache.
I like gouache. I'm a fan now. If I like watercolor, I like gouache, I guess.
Well,
I
I'm
love
happy
how
that
humbling
you're
he
Those
keeps them.
flies.
Yeah.
Your C+ loaf.
I can smell your painting.
What? It smells?
We need to add flies to this one.
Nice. Why? What the heck?
That's what I did, and it is what it is.
That's Misty on a dodo. Is Isn't she a water trainer?
She's cosplaying. She's cosplaying.
She looked like, you know what she looked like? You know Smokey the Bear, like Forest Fires? Looked like she's hired as patrol, like
Are you
park
saying she looks
patrol.
like a park ranger?
Yeah, she looks like a park ranger. Thank you. Yes.
So I wanted to draw like a lady version of Bugcatcher, and then I forgot what other female trainers look like.
Only Misty.
So it's just Misty.
Oh, so you're a bug trainer too? I see that, dude.
It's Misty trying out a different career.
Dude,
Yeah.
I love this guy's face.
I was gonna put a Weedle here, but then I didn't. So you can imagine it.
It's a little tongue sticking out too. I do like look at this, the shadow here, and then like this land. It looks like
shine.
those video game lands. You know what I mean?
Or like like acrylic stand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When's the last time you used gouache before, besides the practice that you did?
6 years.
What?
Whoa!
How did it
Wow.
feel to have a reunion with gouache?
It felt good. It's better than I remember, honestly.
Bro, time to
That's
come
why I
back.
forgot which one was the acrylic, which one was the normal.
Yeah,
Time
you
to
did a
come
great
back,
job.
bro.
I would not have thought that you had not touched gouache in so long.
I would have been more confident with oils, but I did not want to subject you guys to that.
Thank you.
All right. Well, there's that. All right, Emily, you next or me?
I'll go. This is my humble croissant.
You know,
My
it's
humble
kind of good
croissant.
like close up actually.
What? Are you saying that? Are you saying it didn't look good before?
No, I think like if you had like some more darker browns in here, I think
Yeah.
it would like really pop.
I think I was
Like I think
too
you're
scared.
you're really close because yeah, this looks good. I think you got too scared in the shadows here, but
It does look yummy. Yeah.
it does look yummy.
I think
now
the
that-
camera zoomed in is picking up it better than it was
Right?
before.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, maybe I have to make the lines more defined. I don't know. It was definitely like a learning experience.
It's because it's an organic shape, so it's a little like you don't know if you're doing it wrong or not. I think a lot of times.
Well,
But
that looks
it
like
was fun. This was like my first, I guess, real attempt at food art
and gouache.
and gouache. So you know, two
Double
new
banger.
experiences at the same time.
You know, it looks like a good breakfast.
I just made myself hungry.
Yeah.
working on it.
So I'll go next so we can eat after
Yeah.
this. There we go. We got the African bullfrog.
That looks good.
I love the stubby arm.
It's a sexy goose. They don't make them like that, like they used to. You know
Dude,
what I'm saying?
I'm
He's
just,
cute.
I'm just obsessed with fat animals.
I love the
So, like,
little
the African
highlights.
bullfrog. I just love him so much. I love. He's just built diff, you know.
Not a single thought behind those.
That's why the fly. All
So
right.
cute. I think this turned out great. And this was also your first time gouache, or have you worked with gouache before? I forget.
I've never touched gouache. I didn't even know gouache existed until like you came
I
over.
didn't
It
either.
turned out great. I think you
That
did a
was
good job
funny.
on
You
it.
tried
like
to.
it.
I was like, I'm not even. I don't
Very
even know how
proud
to
of my
fucking pronounce
bullfrog
that.
here.
Here, I'll look
So
up. Oh
soft.
gosh.
I was like,
You look at,
you're the
like, a
artist. You
gilded,
tell me
like,
what
really
that is.
ornate, like Rococo frame and just put it up. In
Here's our damage. And our messy battlefield here.
Looks
You
like
put
it
yours
looks
down.
like he's thinking about the croissant.
And then yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
So
Woo! Thank you also for letting us use your supplies.
Oh,
Yes.
You did not
anytime,
have to,
anytime.
but thank you so
So-
much.
Looks so
please
good.
Follow
Inkwell,
Inkwell on YouTube.
and Instagram.
And if you're interested in knowing how much con people make, yo, he's the guy. He's the guy right there. And thanks to our patrons.
That was interesting.
Yunch. I feel like we could try gouache, but that shit's expensive.
Yeah.
I like gouache. Gouache is fun. Oil's fun. That's my favorite paint. Gouache would be my second.
This fancy pants artist over here.
Rich Mickey over here. I'm not.
No. We're not rich. We're brokies.
I think that's what's.
I am not going band for band with Gojo.
So had I not said gouache and had you not heard any of this, how would you think?
I
that-
wouldn't have even tried.
What would you try? What was your brain reading that as?
Nothing. I looked at it. I looked at the first 3 letters. I was like, and then the last I was like, yeah, I don't know how
Was
that.
it-
I can tell that is not pronounced the way that it's spelled. I'm not even gonna try to sound that out.
Did
It's-
your brain kind of like compute it as what is the type of creepy font where it looks glitchy? You know, like where it looks.
I don't know.
Doki doki. I gotta look. Hold on.
This is important, guys.
This is. Like. Hold on. I'm panicking internally while y'all hear our child. Suckle. Like that.
Oh.
You know, like whenever things are creepy and it just doesn't make sense, so it's like a glitch. Is that like what your brain
Yes.
kind of computed it?
Yep. I looked at it. I looked at that word for like 2 minutes, and then I just was like, you know what? It's an artist term. Clearly, she's got it. It's her ballpark.
Gouache.
Now I know. Thank you guys for the continued support. Let us know what you thought of the paintings down below. We'll see you for the next video.
Just looking at his
Bye.
Etsy now.